That's one of the biggest misconceptions with boat dealers is that, a lot of folks that buy a boat expect it to be similar to, an experience when it comes to buying cars. And it couldn't be further from the truth. So I work with a number of different dealers, and I would say more than half of boat dealerships are a one-man band. Sometimes a two-man band. Maybe you've got a brother, a couple brothers that own a dealership that will work together, and maybe one guy sells, one guy does service, or they kind of interchange. But what is the biggest challenge being a one-man band?
The biggest challenge being a one-man band, honestly, it's managing the time. That's the hardest part, because if I schedule, let's say, 4 demos in a day, and my 10 a.m. demo shows up half an hour late, that messes up my whole day.
Yeah.
I can't, say to the people coming in at 11:30, oh, just go over with these guys. I have to make them wait, and then I have to make the next people wait, and the next people wait.
Domino effect.
Yeah, it's tough with the schedule. So being able to spend time one-on-one with someone and being completely there for them, while knowing what's going to happen with killing all this time is kind of the hardest balance. Is I want to really make sure that when I'm with a customer, I'm with them 100%. I'm not checking my phone. I'm not trying to look at things elsewhere, be distracted. But knowing that I got to kind of get you in, get you out, because we burned a little bit of time.
Yeah, time management is one of the biggest problems that most marinas face, because you figure, we're open year round, but 90% of our business happens between the months of March and June.
Yeah, once the snow starts melting, that's when people start calling.
And one of the biggest misconceptions is that, at least in our area, everything shuts off sales-wise. I would say, it doesn't shut off, but a majority of our business shuts off after the July 4th holiday.
Yeah, it does taper down quite a bit. It slows down. There is a huge lull there, and then it kind of picks back up a little bit, at least from what I see. It's kind of people looking to get that deal at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then a lot of what we do is taking on inventory, because we do consignment.
Yeah. So you guys are a formula dealer.
Correct.
How long have you guys had formula?
We have had formula since 2009.
2009. So you picked it up from another dealer, right?
Correct. It was over at Lakeport Landing, and then it transferred over to us.
Okay. So they forfeited the franchise. But what's something about, what's a fun fact about formula that most people don't know?
Fun fact about formula is it's actually very, very customizable. So with your dash, a lot of people think you can't do anything with it. It just comes the way it comes. I can take any gauge and put it in any spot. So if you want your RPMs on the left and your speedometer on the right, I can do that. And if you just want a screen, I can do that. But if you don't want a screen at all, I can do that as well, which is a super cool thing that I don't think many other brands offer.
No.
And that's something that, is really cool, where you can tailor it to a specific person and get it to be exactly the way they